Greetings everybody, my name is Oder and I'll be talking about natural green spaces in Sydney using Botany Bay and Kurnell Peninsula as examples. The Kurnell Peninsula, located on the southern shores of Botany Bay, is a significant cultural, historical and ecological asset. The Kurnell Peninsula has deep historical significance as it marked the first meeting place of the Europeans and the Gwegal and Bidjigal people of the Darawal Eora Nation with the landing of Captain Cook in 1770. It also marks the area of the first scientific observations of the flora of Sydney by the botanists that accompanied Captain Cook. They were Sir Joseph Banks, who was a British native, and Daniel Solander, who was a Swedish naturalist. This peninsula is the site of significant wetlands, regionally significant vegetation, sand dunes, habitat for migratory birds, and extensive seagrass beds. Captain Cook's party explored the Kurnell Peninsula over the next 8 days, gathering food and collecting large amounts of botanical specimens numbering up to 132. On the 6th of May 1770, Cook named the region Botany Bay after the great number of plant species found by Banks and Solander. The region, now known as Botany Bay National Park, is located on the eastern end of Kurnell Peninsula and it covers an area of 324 hectares. The eastern boundary features exposed Hawkesbury sandstone cliffs and provides an ideal spot to watch the annual migration of whales along the New South Wales coast. The dunes are a major feature of the park and some of them are up to 20 meters in height. The largest dune in the park is Botany Cone and is also one of the largest coastal dunes remaining in the Sydney region. However, significant threats to the dunes strip them of their vegetation and make them more susceptible to erosion and blowouts. Despite the fact that most of the vegetation has been cleared, the park contains remnant vegetation which would have been observed and collected by Banks and Solander in 1770. Some of the species remaining include bangalays, swamp oak, cabbage tree palms, and broadleaf paperback. The park also contains heath dominated by old man banksia, she oak, and grass tree. Species such as eucalypt and acacia, as well as some pockets of wet forest, also contribute to the park's biodiversity. Among the rare plants, the magenta lily-pilly and the Botany Bay bearded greenwood orchid are most noteworthy. The fauna. About 96 bird species have been recorded in the park, including the Japanese snipe, whimbrel, red-necked stint, superb fairy wren, and many more. Other species include the threatened green and golden bell frog and the threatened tinkling froglets. For thousands of years, Aboriginal people used the many different plants for food, medicine, shelter, and tool making. Some relevant species include the magenta brush cherry, the fruits of which were eaten by Aboriginal people. In addition, the red fleshy seeds of the Macrozamia communis are rich in starch and were a staple food for the Aboriginal people. Even though the raw seeds are poisonous, Aboriginal people made them edible by crushing the kernels and soaking them in water for several weeks. Lastly, the seeds of matrush can be ground to a flour and cooked. The raw leaf bases are also edible and tasty. Aboriginal people split the leaves into strips for weaving dillies and mats. Evidently, Botany Bay with its vegetation and fauna has great historical significance for Australians and is equally a site for the preservation of Aboriginal cultures and terrestrial life.